Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're gonna be jumping into another session of Epic 7. Now today, got some more summoning for you guys. That's right, this time around, we're gonna be summoning for Birgitta, and oh boy, does her kit sound good. Now, I haven't obviously used her yet. I haven't summoned for her, but let's do that right now. I actually don't have enough saved up for pity at the moment. My Skystone count is starting to get quite low thanks to that collab that we just had with Overlord, where I had to basically pity every character, and also dip back in later on to try to grab some artifacts from the summons. So, did manage to get one more of each of Albedo's and Shaltyr's artifacts, which is kind of nice, but that also left me in the dumps in terms of having backup Skystones. So yeah, if a limited Senya or something comes out soon, I think I might be screwed. So hopefully we have enough time to save up for the summer. Alright, and hopefully Birgitta actually comes around sooner than later. Like, I hope she comes around fast enough for me to not have to hit pity. That'd be kind of nice. I've been hitting pity on pretty much every summon that I've been doing lately. So yeah, I'm really hoping. This is a pretty good pull though. 2 4-stars and a Shuri, 2 4-star artifacts and a Shuri, I should say. Alright, another 4-star artifact here. So, really looking forward to the 4-star artifacts because I have a feeling that I'm not going to get her artifact here, and it is a decent artifact. People say it's like a book for soul weavers, and in a sense, yes, it is like a book for soul weavers. It's pretty good. Very much a good artifact. I just don't think people understand what they want, because some people are like, oh, well, it's like a worse book for soul weavers. Right? You have to be a non-attack skill. And you can't just have 20 souls at the start. I don't think people understand how incredibly dumb it would be for Soul Weavers to just give the team 20 souls. It's easy enough with a mage, right? But to have a Soul Weaver, do you want every standard team to just have Book on their side? It's insane. Yeah, so I'm glad they have to at least use a non-attack skill. I don't know what would really counter that, honestly, but yeah, it is. It's nice that it has a little bit of a restriction on it, because Book is incredibly overpowered as an artifact. For a 4-star, it's insane. All right, we're not looking too good here in terms of our summons. Hey, are we gonna have to pity again? Do I have to actually go through the rest of my... So I've been refreshing shop. That's why this video is coming out a bit late. I went from like 0 bookmarks to 500 something from refreshing shop. But almost all my Skystones are gone, and we're getting absolutely scammed with summons, apparently. So another batch of all 3 stars. Oh no, there's a fake out here. There's a little 4-star. Alright, Fire Corvus. That is it. Wow. Guys, these summons are not good. This is not good at all. I have 3 multis. Oh, we're getting absolutely shafted here, guys. This is not good. And it's only a Kawana too. Ooh, alright, let's do some single pulls. If we do manage to pull a 5-star, I kinda don't want to go over and over summon here, right? I'm gonna save some bookmarks if I can. Because, again, I'm really low on resources, and I don't, contrary to popular belief, I don't know why people believe this, but I don't buy the currency summon packs. I don't buy, like, bookmarks or anything like that from the store. Most of the packs in Epic 7 kind of suck, I'll be honest. The terrible deals. Pretty much only, like, the monthly pack is good, and occasionally you'll have... Oh, I mean, the Burning Passion packs are also decent for just farming, getting more stamina. But yeah, other than that, most of the packs pretty much just are terrible deals. Unless you can get, like, huge discounts through, like, a promo through Google Play or something like that. Usually not great. Come on now. Oh, come on now. 20 summons left? You kidding me? You're kidding me. Guys, this is painful. Okay, at least we got a 4-star here. Come on now. It's an artifact. It's El's Fist. I had a feeling we were not going to get Birgitta's artifact. Oh no. And so think the nightmare has come to fruition here. I think we do have to go dip into the rest of our bookmarks and hope that we have enough currency. It's a 4-star. We're getting a few 4-stars now. Oh, Purgus, haven't seen him in a while, actually. Nope. Okay. Oh, no. 13 summons left until pity. Am I gonna hit 121 gang again? I better be one-tapping, like, every single mystic summon that I do from here on out, because this is insane. Alright, I think this is my last summon. Yeah, then I have to go refresh. Okay, so time to go refresh. I guess I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back. Ended up going for, 50 more bookmarks by refreshing the shop and going to the side story. They actually allow us to play through the side stories now, which is kind of cool. They don't lock them behind the progression, the story, and everything. So it's available when the banners come out, at least I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. I don't know if everyone gets it or if they're just switching up what they're doing now. Instead of using like the Book of Memories and stuff, they're just allowing us to have these side stories to play through. But yeah, it's kind of nice. Went through there, got some bookmarks from that as well. You get it for the mission clears and also through the shop. Sorry, the stage clears and through the shop. Also managed to get some sky stones along the way, which are very much appreciated because as you can see, we're definitely joining the 121 club here, and this is not pretty. Oh, this hurts. All right, so here we go. Yep. Wonder if I'm gonna one-tap Birgitta. Let's see. Whoa, look, there's a 5-star. Alright, did not get her artifact, but I think what I'll do is buy it from the shop. I think I have enough powders from all the 4-star artifacts that I've been summoning today, so that's not terrible. Alright, so there we go. Has managed to snag her, and her kit is actually pretty interesting, but we'll get to that when we do our showcase. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into our first showcase here. So I went for broke with getting Birgitta. I mean, look at the Skystone count, guys. Have you ever seen it so low on this account? I don't think so. So I'm definitely going to be screwed for whatever banners come up this summer. But anyways, this is the build I ended up going for. I ended up just borrowing C. Lilia's gear for her temporarily, just to see how she works. I bought a copy of her artifact. Honestly, this artifact isn't even that great unless you plus 30 it, because you only get 15 souls, which is not enough to soul burn, and her S3 ignores res if you soul burn it with 20 souls, so we don't have enough, unfortunately. It'll be okay though, we're just going to be subject to 15%. Honestly, you could probably just do with a different artifact at this point, but we'll see how it goes, Now, in this match here, we're going to be fighting against Zeo. Now, Zeo can just push back my Birgitta, but I have Troublemaker Crozet here who will be able to push up himself if Birgitta gets pushed back, and then he'll push her back up. We'll be fine, right? The rest of the team is relatively slow, so I will be going ahead and taking advantage of that. We're going to bring in Fire Ravi, and we have Biblis as well. So hopefully we're going to get some debuffs going here. As you can see, Birgitta is going to get pushed back. We can just push her back up with Troublemaker Crozet, though. He's a pretty good Zeo counter. And now, with her kit, her S1 is like a combat readiness pushback. I don't have it fully molded here. You'd want to get the +4 if you're molding her. I have her on Grace of Growth, so it only goes up to +12 here, and not +14. Her S2 gets to dispel 2 debuffs from an ally, which is pretty decent, except it's only for one ally, it's not for multiple, right? It'd be great if it dispelled for multiple allies and just pushed up combat readiness of 1, but the good thing is it does grant an extra turn to herself, so let's push up my Fire Ravi. Might as well have her take a turn, right? So let's go for it, and it's not a terrible cooldown count, right? 3 turns, not terrible, especially because you take the extra turn here, so, you know, it really, you lose another cooldown counter out of this. Her S3, Nothing Personal Kid, dispels all debuffs from the enemy, which is pretty good because there's anti-crit on the other team. Not that it really matters, because Ravi guarantees crit, but anyway, you do have a 100% chance to inflict bind and block. So bind is not anything new, it's just Knockwall's S3, right? It applies it. But the block essentially is like an isolation, if you remember from the Light Expedition, sort of like that. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how it plays out here. I think we'll go after a Navy Captain Landy. We'll see if we get 15%ed here. So basically it makes her unaffected by all other like effects and buffs on the other team, right? Which is decent, I guess. So for example, Senya's barrier and stuff will not apply to the Landy here, which is pretty cool, but at the same time, it's a single target attack, so it is kind of interesting. Now, the other thing is, I believe it says that dispel debuff effects are they're also unaffected by dispel debuff effects, right? This debuff by itself is dispellable if the person who has that debuff can dispel it themselves, okay? But like a hand guy or something like that cannot cleanse these debuffs at this point. So I don't know. I feel like it could potentially be good. We just have to see. I have heard like mixed reviews about her. So we'll just test her for ourselves and we'll see what happens. Birgitta's coming in, doing some pretty good stuff here. Decreased combat readiness is pretty good on her S1. It's just, she is a Soul Weaver that has to build effectiveness and not affect resistance. So do keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and push back that belly in. Alright, so Ravi's gonna go. Let's go ahead and S3. So basically, this Navy Captain Landy is binded, so much like Knockwall, she can't really Elbrus or counterattack and stuff, which is kind of cool. Kind of defeats the purpose of me bringing Bibulus here, but there is a Senya and a Bellion on the other team, which is why I get value out of this. Alright, Ravi getting the counter, very good, very good. Yeah, so she is going to be a pretty supportive unit, and again, look at this, her S2 is back up, so you do take an extra turn. 5 turns for her S3 is a pretty long cooldown, as you can see, right? I'd expect it to come back up like by now, or maybe at least on the next turn, but I think it's 1 turn too long, honestly, and it is going to hurt her a little bit in the long run in terms of playing a standard fight. Maybe she is going to be used in like Cleave or something like that. I don't know. Everybody somehow manages to take like random unit gets released and incorporate them into Cleave or aggro. It's pretty funny. So yeah, honestly, I don't know what she's going to be like in RTA. We're just testing her in Arena for now. So as you can see, did her job here, and kind of unnoticeable though. Would you have gotten better results with Knockwall? Probably, but Knockwall also can't bring any souls by herself, so you do have to keep that in mind. The drawback is, of course, that her artifact is pretty whale. Alright, so let's jump into this scenario here. What if your opponent has a single DPS unit with a bunch of support units around them, right? Would Birgitta be good at shutting down this unit from getting all that support, right? As like a DPS carry unit. We're gonna see here. So in this team, I'm gonna bring Ravi. She crits everybody, so I don't care about anti-crit. Shaltir, because she has injury on her S1, and she dispels on her S3 too. And Arwell, because she's a pretty good support unit for the Birgitta back here. So we'll see. I can go for the S2, but I don't think I really need to push anybody up right now. So what I'll do is I'll just go for an S3 here. And again, if I S2'd, I get souls, but I don't have enough to soul burn, which is, again, a downside here. But we do manage to get these debuffs going, so let's see if Acades is able to cleanse these. And no, she is not. So as you can see, we do have something going for us here, right? I think Birgitta will be situational in RTA against these types of teams, because now you can heavily lay on other debuffs on that unit, and nobody can cleanse them except for the unit themselves. And, you know, something like Navy Captain Landy doesn't have an innate cleanse, so they're kind of screwed. Laya's going up. Let's see, what do we do here? I can go for an S3, and do I want to go on Albedo or do I want to go on Laya? I guess we go on Laya, because she's a ticking time bomb, right? So if I don't finish her off soon enough, she will eventually kill all of my units. So we'll just go for it. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Whoa, that's pretty good. Alright. Okay, so we go back into stealth, and that's okay. I'm not really worried about Landy countering and stuff. Look at that. No CR pushing on Landy either. Do keep that in mind. So that is pretty good. Okay, we see the Albedo coming in with the S3. Ooh, that's a lot of damage, actually. Let's go ahead and try to finish off the Laya. We have a buff block on our Birgitta, too, and that's kind of bad, honestly. I think we're fast enough to lap here. I don't think we... Wait, does Birgitta actually cleanse herself? She doesn't, does she? Ooh, that kind of sucks. I don't think we can get rid of the unbuffable here. Might as well do the S3 just to give a barrier to Shout here. So we'll see if we can finish off this this match before the Landy loses her buffs here. I guess we can turn cycle out of this though. We can at least turn cycle out of this. Let's go for a S2 on the Ravi. Push her up, right? And then I can try to push back the Landy. She can't counterattack or anything, right? Look, she can't get cleansed, can't get healed, anything like that. And then we can just... Ooh, don't want to soul burn this. I don't know, let's just go into the Albedo. We'll injury down the Albedo, and then... I could go for an S3, or I could just S1 this. Can I kill the Landy? Actually, I'm a little scared of her killing my team. Oh, there we go. Okay, she's dead. There we go. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's try to push back the Akades. Definitely not going to work. Oh, hang on. That was not good. Another counterattack. 3F proccing. Okay, so let's try to strip this. Pretty good. Let's get some more injury here. And Birgitta does go down. I think we got this though. Let's go for the S3. We got the injury here. So yeah, she is, I think, decent as for like walking somebody down. The issue is if you build her super fast with high effectiveness, she will be too how do I put it? Too squishy, right, to survive in the long term in the standard match. I guess the optimal way to play, and I guess it's my main gripe with this, the optimal way to play her is to basically get a plus 30 version of an artifact, not have to build effectiveness, and then all you have to do is S2 and then you can soul burn your S3, right? So you get the souls and then you soul burn, and then you're able to guarantee the debuffs, which is cool. It could potentially win you some matches, but now the question is all those resources pulled into her worth it for those scenarios? And I don't know. Now, it is a little early. Excuse me. It is a little early to judge. She's only been out for a day, obviously, and I just pulled her. This is like my second arena match using her here. So, yeah, it is going to be very interesting to see how she holds up in the future, because people, you know, people said stuff about other units before, and those units tend to, you know, see their time to shine later on. Alright guys, so for this showcase, this is actually something I normally don't do. I went back and I switched up her build. That's right, Birgitta went and got a little makeover, so she's currently still on speed and speed set, but I switched her to a hit set here, slowed her down, and actually gave her a lot more bulk. I upped her effectiveness as well, because my obviously my artifact is not plus 30, therefore I'm not going to get the 20 souls here, but I think this is a pretty decent build, and maybe a bit better for me because I'm a turn 2 player anyway. I play slower, so having a unit at this speed ensures that you kind of go before most of the DPSs out there that you would want to isolate from your opponents, but it's also not, it's also like not too squishy, because sometimes I feel like if you play a longer game and she dies too early, you can't even turn cycle again to see your S3 once more, right? So we'll see what happens here. DJB is going to be my cleanser. He's going to be pushing us up here. So again, you saw the Zeo went, the Emma-Politis went. It is fine, right? The issue here is, yes, if Emma-Politis and things go, there is undispellable buffs, and when that happens, you can't dispel those, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and push up the Bologna here. Everyone has immunity on the team, and it'll get replenished by the LRK anyway, so we should be fine against the Tywin. Let's go ahead and isolate this ML Landy, though. So this will make it so that she can't get cleansed by the Tywin either, so there's no need to worry. This is why I brought Bologna, by the way. There's no need to worry about, like, oh, well, Bologna's here, and when Tywin AoEs and Bologna S2s, like, it's gonna cleanse the Landy, right? Hopefully this actually doesn't kill. Okay, good, that didn't kill, right? That's actually what we wanted to happen. The Emma-Politis is actually gonna be preventing the Bologna from doing her extra attack thing here, but it's fine. Actually, do we end up killing... Wait a minute. Do we actually end up killing the Landy before we even do anything? So I guess there's another issue with her, right? Is that if you end up killing the unit too fast, there's no point in getting those debuffs on them to begin with. So that is a thing to keep in mind. Maybe I shouldn't have brought Bellona. Maybe she's just too strong into something like Landy here. Alright, Bellona is gonna S2. Perfect. And I guess we just come in and try to one-tap the Tywin. Boom. So, yeah, I don't know. I tried to bring her to a slower team, but it turns out my DPS units are a bit too strong, and we kill that single solo DPS unit on the other side. That tends to be the case, right? If you are in a solo DPS situation, like protect the castle scenario, then if your opponent's playing that, you're typically playing that too, and you're just finding a way to try to get rid of their DPS first, right? Whoever's DPS falls first loses. So, I don't know. She stayed alive in this one, but I don't know how effective she was necessarily. Let's go ahead and test her out in a couple more matches just to see. Alright guys, so let's jump into this match over here where we have an Arya on the other side as like the sole DPS. We have two Soul Weavers and a Knight. Again, a pretty ideal situation for Birgitta here. I did tone down my DPS. Obviously, I could probably go into this team with a Minega Lilius and probably destroy everything. However, let's assume that she's banned or something, not available for use, and see if we can get away with this. Now, I should have S2'd, actually, and I should have soul burned the S3. That's the whole reason I brought the Spectre Tenebria. So, oh, actually, you know what? There we go. We actually did it. We were a little greedy, but we did it. We landed the debuffs. The high effectiveness actually matters quite a bit in these scenarios where perhaps you don't have, you know, artifact or mage right on your team. Can you actually debuff the unit that you want to debuff? So I'm gonna go ahead and S3, and we'll try to kill. I think the Ocean Breeze Luluka is gonna be really annoying. Let's go straight for her. See if we can one-shot her. If not, I'm hoping that. Oh, okay, no, we do. Okay, if not, I was gonna say hopefully we can come in with like Spectre Tenebria and stuff and finish her off. Or LRK's S3. So Arya, again, is one of those units that has a counter buff for herself. So she can still buff herself, but nobody else can buff her. And the thing is, Bind actually solves that, though. You can hit her and not get countered, which is kind of nice. Senya's another unit that does that, too. So it's pretty cool. The issue now, oh boy, the issue right now is, how do I break this guy out of stealth? We probably just have to kill him, right? Let's just go for an S1. Can we push him back? Okay, very nice. Pushed him back. Let's go for an S3. So her CR push is actually kind of nice. It does remind you of something like Amelia, for example. Pretty good supportive unit. But she doesn't have any innate cleansing for anyone else except the target on that S2, and she doesn't have any innate healing either, which Amelia does have. So it is interesting. We will be able to. So see, the bind is pretty good. You do get, it is a non-attack skill bind, so the upside is that unlike Knockwall, you can actually take her into ice units, and she can be fairly effective. Right? So look at that, the souls are piling up here, which is kind of cool. Let's go for Soulburn S1 as well. Good damage from the Huayang, love to see it. Alright, and we did turn cycle, so look at this. Her turn cycling is not terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and push up the Huayang. Try and turn cycle her. We can S3. Ooh. There's Soulburn S3 onto somebody. Not that it really matters, right? Not that it really matters. Might as well just do it anyway. Screw it, right? Let's go for the Rowana. So that the Last Rider crowd can't buffer anything. Boom. Okay, so LRK comes in, S3s. I actually wonder, if like Rowana has a Stella Harpa, would that Stella Harpa be able to cleanse her? Right? It's technically her wearing it, it's her artifact. I would like to figure out the answer to that. If you guys know, by the way, let me know in the comments. But, or is that like an external thing, right? Does it isolate the user from the artifact too? I don't think it would. I don't think it would. But if it did, that would actually be kind of cool. Alright, let's go ahead and just keep going for the S1 here, and soul burn this. You actually do maintain quite a bit of souls. Granted, again, I didn't soul burn at the start, but yeah, let's go ahead and just push up Huayan again. So, I mean, decent turn cycling, right? At least in this match, you get to see what she works like in the long run. So if you gain momentum, you keep that momentum, which is kind of nice. The issue is gaining that momentum to begin with. You either have to build her really fast if she's squishy, or you have to build her slower to make her tankier so that she can actually survive. But yeah, kind of an awkward unit. I'm gonna save my final opinions for like later. I'm gonna test her in RTA 2. I'm gonna try my best to use her, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.